But let's, we're 3 picks into this draft. We could talk about it. I know people get upset when we talk about other things. So we'll reel it on back
They
here.
want the here and now. They want to hear about Haven Liberty versus Crazy.
Yeah.
They want to know Moon Meander, where was he the couple of days? Is it true he was just out partying too hard? Absolutely not. This guy's a huge nerd, everybody. He was probably at home. He's probably watching anime or something. I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about these heroes here.
Yeah, we'll talk about the heroes. Just going to say the anime he was watching was probably Shokugeki no Soma. I hope you guys all get that reference at home. Appreciate you guys. Death Prophet, Clockwork, Wisp here for Crazy, and then Haven Liberty going to the Enchantress, Early Spectre, and Windrunner. All right, we've seen the Enchantress. We've seen the Enchantress be kind of a nuisance in lane. Windrunner's also been one of those heroes that really can, I wouldn't say make or break a game, but can definitely elevate your mid game. The shackles coming through, the power shots early can do a lot of damage, especially we've seen some Windrunners max power shot go 1 point in Windrun, 1 point in shackle. So it's been very interesting. And now they go into the Tusk, so with that, it's very interesting their lineup, because we've seen Windrunner 4, we've seen Enchantress 5, we've seen Tusk 3. Like that, I think I played once, and it worked, right? If I recall correctly.
When you played it?
No. It was one game this event that we saw Tusk 3.
Okay, sorry. You said I played it and it worked. I'm like, slightly different circumstances. There are pubs from these matches, but it can be played in the 3, yeah, once in a while. When you kind of push yourself into a corner and another support hero is just too important to pick, then I think that it's all right. I like what they got going on here, though. Of course, Focus Fire and that tag team, that is a devastating combination. You get plus 100 damage on every single shot once the tag team is level 4. It is very scary to be underneath that Bkop. You don't even need a Javelin at that point. Windrunner just tears you apart.
Yeah. So we can definitely see the Windrunner being in the mid position, get that extra bit of farm, have that priority. Spectre in the 1, allows them to ban out other carries that Spectre may not want to play against. The Sven, Faceless Void, and the Phantom Assassin, or Phantom Lancer, sorry. And then Crazy's banning Batrider, Pango, Invoker, so still banning a mid, banning 2 offlaners. Well, really, Batrider could be a mid as well. So just interesting to see what Haven Liberty are going to go with their last pick, and Crazy taking a lot of time on this 4th pick.
Actually, at the back of their reserve time right now, take a gyrocopter here. I mean, that makes sense. They've got an IO picked out already, and they're kind of past the point where Haven Liberty are able to counter pick out with a Morphling or something like that. So I'm liking it. I'm actually just surprised that they didn't take this opportunity to build a natural Silver Edge carrier or a hero with breaks such as Viper against such an early Spectre on the side of Haven Liberty. So Crazy, they must be feeling pretty confident with what they've got going on, or showing Haven Liberty a little bit of disrespect, not straight up countering out the Spectre.
Yeah, definitely have time to pick up that Viper. They still could do it. They could throw the Death Prophet in the off lane. This Wisp not going to go the 4 Zoomers route and be in that 1 position. I don't think they're throwing Gyro anywhere but the safe lane. Underlord banned out by Haven Liberty, so maybe thinking that they will throw the Death Prophet mid, which is probably the case, but you need to think whether or not they could do something else.
I mean, I hope they don't plan on going that IO mid. That has not gone very well for 4 Zoomers. Gunner's gotten completely destroyed when he's tried running that Wisp several times now. I don't want to see it again, to be completely honest with you, Bkop.
They've got a couple more series to go.
I've seen some messed up things in my time in Dota, but what Gunner did to that Wisp just wasn't right.
No, it was not fair at all. I didn't know you were going to do a Hawaiian shirt today. I feel like I got to go get my Hawaiian shirts on. I've been trying to match my hat to my shirt. I got a red Hawaiian shirt somewhere.
See, I wasn't going to. The main reason why I did this is because I've got a bunch of dirty laundry in a pile, and this one was in a different dirty laundry pile, and I washed it real quick. I didn't have to throw it through the washer twice, so I have the gamer lifestyle going on. I'm washing my shirts, just not that many of them.
So they go with the Ember. So okay, Ember They could go, what, Ember 4? Death Prophet 4, too. We've seen that. And now the Lina, so burst damage, lockdown. Let's see if the Windrunner ends up still mid and Tusk off lane. But no, they go
this is a favorable
Lina
matchup.
Mid.
This is good, though. Again, Lena's very happy to be laning against December Spirit here. Every time you want to get close to the lane, you're going to get hit by a life strike array unless you're able to dodge with that sleight of fist. And, of course, you make yourself susceptible to getting hit by all these right clicks just due to the fact that he has the stacks of Fiery Soul. So I'm liking what they got going on here. Kazu down in the offlane with this Death Prophet like you were talking about. I was a bit of a naysayer, not going to lie. I thought there's no way they run this guy anywhere other than mid. But it's Bkop 1 Neph 0 for today. Everyone in chat, make sure to keep score. I can't wait till he loses tons of points just saying TA, TA, TA at the end of every draft. And then HFN on the gyrocopter here, and that one's probably going to go pretty well for them. But right now, I got to say, if they're able to come out of this laning phase all right, I'd prefer Haven Liberty's draft. But I do think that Crazy is the stronger team between the two of these. Between the two of them, and of course, you do have ping advantage with this NA team.
Yeah, the ping advantage, we've talked about that at times, whether or not it's been a huge issue. Because a lot of these players play with ping disadvantage all the time.
I heard that the players on Beast Coast being forced by the org owner to play in Europe is like some sort of weighted training situation. All right, this is your homework for this week. Go play European pubs, 200 ping. That way, when you get back to NA, you're on 110, 150, and you're just stomping those nerds. Let's go.
Some Piccolo stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, every character until it got old. I think like the Frieza arc. But I want to try to keep my anime talk to a minimum. You almost, in a second though, you basically baited me out to start talking about Shokugeki earlier when you brought it up. Let's get throw my thoughts on like the current season, how I dislike it, how it's fallen off from its former glory.
It's the 4th season, right? I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh no, don't tell me that.
Everything else is very good though, as long as you just pretend that the last season isn't real. I'm sure there's TV series that are like that as well. Like it just goes on too long. They kind of run out of ideas. It was never meant to go past a certain point. You're just milking at that point, right?
Let us skirmish.
I don't know. I think it could still.
Speaking of things that are going on too long, what's with these pauses? Every single game, every game, Bkop.
I think it's fine.
Bkop finally making his bed amazing. I can't actually see your bed because you're not on camera on my end, but I'm proud of you, buddy. Is it because Twitch chat was telling you off like your parents, or is it because you actually wanted to make your bed this morning? Be honest with me.
I wanted to make my bed this morning. I don't know. I usually try to make my bed as much as possible.
I believe you. Smile. My bed is a complete mess. It's all about camera angles, all right? You can't see my floor. You can't see my computer desk. All you can see is these beautiful cans of Monster Energy lined up behind me. Shout out to our sponsor, Monster Energy. I love you.
So we are.
Appearances are an important thing.
Are you excited? You excited for this game right now?
I am. I love watching Haven Liberty play. Any team I feel closer to, I really like. Aoi, I've always been a huge fan of. I think I mentioned that a couple times this tournament. That guy is one of the nicest pro players. He will almost always make time to talk to people. He'll flame them sometimes, but he'll always at least make time to talk to you and explain to you like why you're right or wrong about something, or articulate his thoughts. Again, he and Dubu actually were playing in this NA tournament, like player draft thing that one of my friends hosted. They didn't mean to do that. They were literally just doing that for the NA community. There are very few players I would see take the time to do something like that for people. So huge shout out to them helping Dota, interacting with fans. I love you too, Dubu and Aoi. Rest of you take notes. You don't do enough for your region.
Ooh. Call
I said
outs. First game of the day. Jesus.
The match of matches starts now.
It's kind of crazy. I don't know. You know, I'm not the kind of guy who's throwing call outs like that real fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm feeling kind of heated today. I want to go buy a couple things from the store, but I simply do not have the time. My roommate didn't wake up, so I couldn't go get it. It's 1 p.m. She's a hardcore gamer as well. Doesn't wake up until the evening. Anyways, let's go. Lane's underway. I'm imagining the most action we're probably going to see up here in the top lane, this Wisp Gyro.
Yeah,
I
I think this duo of Theocore and Sexy Fat might be able to get a kill, especially on the Wisp early on if he's not too careful. You got win run level 1, so maybe that prevents it. But at the moment, Sexy Fat holding his point.
They're really going to pop off later on again. Once there's a couple points of tag team, maybe 2. That's when things will really heat up, I think. Unfortunately, it's going to be very difficult to deal with all these homing missiles. You only have one range here on this lane. Sexy Fat not going to be contributing too much to being able to deny those from him. For now, they're just playing a little bit slow.
Battery assault from Aoi. Not committing, though. It looked like he thought about committing on a Duster, and not exactly the easiest committal right there. As Moon Meander taking a lot of damage, and he might fall. First blood for Theocore on a Moon Meander. So they do take out that Wisp. I said early that it could be a problem for him, and already is.
Yeah, Wisp going down like that. Not a great start to the game, but Theocore getting ran down right now too, and actually opts not to go that Rocket Barrage at level 2. It was a flat cannon. It makes sense. You got multiple people in your lane. You get that harass off to several people at once. You don't have to worry about whether or not you're under that creep wave to get that harass.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but we have seen, at least in the past, a lot of gyrocopters go into that rocket barrage and just kind of play that early run at you if they have the opportunity to do so. And I feel like it might be possible, especially with that Wisp in lane when you get, level 3. Could have gone to like what, 1 in homing missile, 2 in the rocket barrage like we've seen in the past.
Mm-hmm. But he's going this flat cannon build, and I think the flat cannon's a little bit better for farming CS. Again, you're able to clear those stacks out quicker. If you have more mana, I think the rocket barrage build is better, but you're somewhat limited with what you're doing. Theocore actually dropping pretty low there. He does have 6 stick charges though, so in a panic he can pop that. Same with his fairy fire. Not too much danger. HFN has to be careful with how hard he commits onto the Wind Ranger.
Kazu running at RDO, but still taking some damage here from the Enchantress early. Level 1 into the enchant, then having that impetus. Obviously, impetus without pure damage, and as this Enchantress hits like level 3, level 5, and all that, you got to be a little bit careful about how much you're allowing the Enchantress to just hit you with the impetus. RDO getting chased. Battery assault, Spirit Siphon, RDO. Make the escape because Duster puts the enchant onto Aoi.
That enchant and Spectral Dagger combo, that Aoi there was at the minimum movement speed of 100. He just wasn't moving. That's wild. That was only 1 point in enchant and 2 in Spectral Dagger there. That's all it takes to put you at min movement speed. Mid lane, Bryle winning on Dehiko here, but he can only go so far before they're underneath the tower. Of course, Theocore is here to help him secure the rune, but Rob might just try to run at it.
So bottling up the Invis rune, that 4-minute rune go in the way of the Lina, which is always very important to fill up that bottle. You know, not getting it is not the worst thing in the world. If you're Bryle, you have that 5-minute bounty rune to go for. Yeah, that pulls you out of lane for a second, but if done properly, not the worst sacrifice to leave the lane for a second.
Usually worth it to leave on your position 4 here. Your 5 generally needs to sit beside safe lane carry. Of course, in this situation, Spectre, this double regen, the fact that you have dispersion, you're very tanky, hard to blow up. You're going to regen off a lot of that damage.
That's pretty big.
Sticks the bounty rune there with Duster.
Yeah. Duster taking the bounty rune. That means this Bryle Ember can't fill up his bottle. He's only got 1 charge left. He's been holding onto that sip for a while.
I'm holding on to some sips as well.
Shout out to streamer Sips.
Streamer Sips. Stay hydrated, everybody.
Rocket Barrage on the Theocore. Homing Missile coming his way as well. A Wind Run, try to get some distance. And, yeah, the Homing Missile hits, but they're not close enough, and they don't want to dive this tower. You've also got the Spectre down low, as well as KheZu, who needs to back off popping that salve.
Got some Ultra Instinct camera work going on today, Bkop. I'm impressed.
Well, there's only been 1 kill. I'm 1 for 1.
Yeah, but you're moving every time someone's health drops, you know? It's some practice in.
Got the cogs around Duster. Crypt Swarm hits. Battery Assault. Duster in trouble. They'll get the kill onto the Enchantress. Walk at RDO for a second, so they'll do some damage onto the Spectre, and RDO dealing with no HP regen, no tangos. Well, not no HP regen on the hero. I mean, with no tangos, no salves. You know, 8.4 is not bad to work with when you don't have HP regen like that. But is Duster bringing anything over? Yeah, he's got a salve for RDO. Okay. So that's
take
fine.
Streamer Sips. Am I right? Some of the green. But while that was happening over in the mid lane, Bryle finally managed to grab his first rune. I'm proud of him. Of course, it's hard to contest Bryle at this point when he has that the Fire Revenant to fall back on. Bryle out leveling him though. Oh no! You see that fake out? This guy's got some moves here on Hiko.
Now rekindled.
Bryle was just kind of like walking up to him.
Yeah.
And then, well, that was the end of that real quick. As he was taking a bit of damage.
I like the fakes out there from Hiko. Bryle thinking he's dodging while heading over to that creep camp, but of course Bryle doesn't lose too much from it himself. Jumping over there, you're using the Fire Remnants to do a little bit of damage to the creep camps as you arrive. Bottom lane, they go on KheZu.
And they're looking for this Death Prophet, but they really shouldn't have the damage. He's actually Spirit Siphoning the Hellbear. Duster moves forward, throws another Impetus, and Duster's sitting at level 4, so he's got 2 in the enchant, 2 in Impetus, doing a little bit more damage with that. Once again, pure damage. Impetus had a 4-second cooldown. He doesn't have a lot of mana regen, only 1.8 for him, and no clarities, no mangoes in the moment. So not exactly spamming it, while top call down is used. Sexy Fat still gets the kill there on the Moomiander. They've got the shards, but just to the right of HFN. They get the kill, and now they're up 1k early on.
Dire should look to their middle tower.
Gonna need to catch up in levels again on Theocore. Okay, you want to take advantage of this tag team focus fire combo they've got going on potentially. I do like what KheZu's been doing down here in the bottom lane. Again, taking advantage of this Hellbear Smasher's higher max HP, you're just regenning that much faster when you use Soul Siphon on him, Spirit Siphon, rather than the heroes in the lane.
So Moomiander comes back with HFN, and we'll use this Flak Cannon, grab a stack. Grab these creeps as well. Theocore trying to do what he can to stop them from freely getting this stack with the Flak Cannon.
Where are you going?
Spectral Dagger, KheZu. Spirit Siphon thrown onto the Spectre. Nothing more, though. A little bit of harassment back and forth. See that Gyro does lead the way in terms of net worth. The next 3, though, as Alina takes over, are all on the side of Haven Liberty.
For Dire's middle tower.
Of course, forced to get back here. Is being a real nuisance here for HFN on this gyrocopter, though. They think to slow down his farm inside this jungle. Sexy Fat has to be careful, though.
Walrus Punch, Haunt over for HFN. With the power shot, they'll get the kill. Now they're jawing over to Moomiander. They still want to go. Give RDO a high five. They don't actually have the mana on the tusk to throw out some shards, and with the TP coming in from Owie, you don't want to get caught under the tower with the cogs as well as the battery assault, so they'll start to retreat. RDO doesn't have a TP, so I wonder if they'll send Sexy Fat bottom. He's probably just going to go back to base regardless. They've got Bryle coming in, and he'll go back to base because he's dead. Shackle hits onto Bryle, locks him down for a second. They're under the tower with 3 heroes. Don't want to go in too far as they got themselves 1 kill. Then over bottom, Duster gets killed off by KheZu walking forward with Exorcism since there's no Spectre around.
But back top again, they want to finish off the Theolacor, but he has Wind Run to get away. You have to be careful though. Bryo's able to re-engage on you with the Sleight of Fist Remnant. You get too cheeky now, Theolacor.
Meander finally TPing. Ooh, kill with the Hiko.
Alright, Haven Liberty, you guys gotta relax a little bit. Come on.
Oh, looking over at KheZu. Sleight of Fist Searing Chain Silence comes in, but the damage is way too much for KheZu to handle. Even with the Spirit Siphon, the right clicks from Hiko are more than enough to get the kill, the stun. Now, Meander coming over with the Tether, Dragon Slave, but the Flame Guard is there, Remnant forward, and they'll take out Hiko. So, Bryle getting that return kill ends up to being 5-4, but the Gyro and the Death Prophet going down, so the one of the 3 getting killed off, and well, Haven Liberty, they should really enjoy that bit of progression for them.
Things really heating up all of a sudden there. We had 1-0 for a little bit, then suddenly 4 kills on each team happening everywhere on the map. But Haven Liberty enjoying the better side of this one. But we're not done yet. Top lane. RDO gets going on.
That was the relocate used. And if they don't get the kill on a Sexy Fat, this feels pretty lackluster. They don't have Haunt for 55 seconds, so they're not going to really look to engage too far. That was a hook shot used by Owie as well. And this is definitely an opportunity for Haven Liberty to just move into your jungle, be aggressive in the top lane, maybe take the tower. Okay, it'll force out the glyph, and we'll see how much Crazy are able to defend on this, because, again, it is pretty tough.
Yep. Speaking of trying to defend here on this mid lane, Meander tethered up to this catapult. Your siege creep is more important than any hero, he says, as he pops overcharge on it, giving that catapult an extra 110 attack speed and brings down the mid tower. That is the correct play, to be honest with you. It's just funny to see it.
Yeah, certainly the correct play, and even more so the correct play grabbing that mid-tier 1.
You a Wisp player at all, Bkop?
No.
No. I never was either. I'm still not. I played him for a little bit, but yeah, just kind of fell out of favor. I don't think he's as good as I don't think he's ever been that great in my bracket of folks. Anyways, they commit pretty hard down here on the bottom.
Haunt used. Now they've got the homing missile. Right clicks coming through on a Duster. Now the hook shot comes in. It's out onto the Windrunner, trying to do what he can, but they've got Sexy Fat as well as RDO over here. Exorcism rolling. KheZu taking a lot of damage, but not enough. Ooh, Laguna Blade used, and they don't even get the kill onto Bryle. So Hiko dies. 3 heroes down the side of Haven Liberty. They'll go after Sexy Fat. They've have the silence onto him. So that means no snowball, no shards. They're on cooldown regardless. And goes over to the neutral camp, but won't end up surviving.
They grab 4 heroes, they lose nothing, and they grab the bottom tower as well. You're pretty happy about that on the side of Crazy, and starting to take control of this map. Haven Liberty, it feels like they're just not focused up on any particular hero, and that's really costing them. They need to bring somebody down. But it's hard for them to get that hard lockdown on the backline. It's very easy for them to get on top of Hiko here on this Lina. Before she was sitting 1,000 net worth ahead of every other hero. Now she's starting to lag behind Gyrocopter and Ember Spirit. Where's my fight recap?
Not showing up for you.
Yeah, we're still in the beta. I've been shadow banned from fight recaps.
Good stack for HFN to take. He's sitting top of the net worth over Hiko now, going into the Ags, and seems like this is the first Gyro game we've seen gone well in a while. Meanwhile, they'll get the kill on Owie. 4 heroes here for the side of Haven Liberty, but you get that kill and this stack is taken by HFN. There's a lot of gold going his way, and when he gets this Ags, it's going to be quite the timing for him and the rest of CR4ZY.
Oh yeah. 14-minute Aghanim Scepter. It's not a bad deal. It finishes it up, flies it over to him. I mean, you commit all those heroes, you grab Aoi, but you also have everybody grouped up in such a small portion of the map where the enemy team has vision here. So they're an absolute no threat. They get to take that ancient stack risk-free. They get the Aghanim Scepter on Gyro. Come on. There it is. And they've used that Focus Fire. It didn't do tons of damage, though, that Focus Fire tag team combo. I think it finally's come out for the first time in the game right there.
Ooh, hook shot. As well as the Cogs, they're going to relocate for this one. They're trying to get the kill into Hiko. They've got him with the Yules coming out from KheZu, so they focus the Lina. They get the kill. Down he goes, and they continue to pressure this Haven Liberty squad looking towards top. So it was the tier 1 tower taken by Haven Liberty. It looked like they were doing everything right to continue to progress and play aggressive, but CR4ZY come back at them with some aggression over bottom, and they're going to continue to do so for Ardia, who's out of mana. So it actually doesn't have the mana to TP away, but they'll allow him to escape with the Spectral Dagger and not put the pressure on.
Yeah, he's going to need to finish his defusal blade pretty quickly here if he wants to start having impact in these fights. Right now, he's lagging pretty far behind, the 2,100 net worth behind this Gyrocopter, his equivalent. And of course, all over the bounty runes on the side of CR4ZY, just taking objectives exactly when they need to. When they had their ultimates, the exorcism off of cooldown, when they took the bottom tower, when they had enemies trying to rotate elsewhere, tethered up to the wisp of the catapult, and they took the mid tower. You're losing control of this map right now.
On you, Spectre going in onto the wisp. They'll find Moomiander, but the tether, now the kill is there for RDO. The focus fire out on HFN. Behind them, though, comes the Death Prophet as well as Bryle. Remnant forward. 4 heroes here. Searing Chains hits on both the Spectre as well as the Windrunner. They'll get the kill on both of them. Trying to TP out his Enchantress Duster. Can he get out? Hookshot in just a little bit late. They still find Sexy Fat. So 3 dead for the side of Haven Liberty, all for a wisp. So not exactly what they would have wanted. Meanwhile, Hiko takes the tier 1 over mid.
Yeah, Hiko, consolation prize. They managed to get a little bit of something out of that devastating team fight loss, but right there, 1,500 XP, 1,000 gold swing for the side of CR4ZY. So things getting worse and worse for them after the laning phase end, and they're looking pretty solid for a while there, but CR4ZY's rotations, their map control, it's just completely outpacing what they're able to do here on Haven Liberty. You just got to run up here to the top lane, those juicy bunch of creep here. Look at this. Succulent. See that, Bkop? You're a support player, though, aren't you?
For the most part, but I have dabbled in offlane.
Dabble, yeah. You're an offlane dilettante, if you would.
Yeah, I try to do my best.
Mm-hmm. So you see something like this, it is your sworn duty to ignore your team, teleport into this juicy creep wave, and farm it out. Allow your team to die. Your sworn duty as a core player. Your support scream, no, you don't need that farm. We can win the game right now. Don't give the enemy a chance back into it. Farm, though.
I try to farm that Midas on Ancient Apparition,
Of course. I mean, if you're an Ancient Apparition player, it makes sense that this wouldn't mean that much to you, because you have to last in each individual creep. Just spamming out abilities onto it. The pause slowing things down just a little bit. Looks like they want to take control of the enemy team's jungle again, not give the Spectre time to come online. He does just about have that Diffusal Blade. Again, this is a Spectre looking to fight rather than farm, but I don't really think they can take a fight to what you got going right now on the Team CR4ZY. Again, you finish that Aghanim Scepter on the Gyrocopter. Looks like he's flying out that Mask of Madness for himself. HFN's looking to brawl. They're not giving you any space right now, and they've got a pretty good brawling lineup with this Clockwork, the Death Prophet, and the Gyro Wisp. Bryle's been popping off this game as well. His drums build. Here we go. Relocate.
Radiant have fortified their structures against attack.
Try to clear this out. Unfortunately, there's fortify. Well, it was a nice trip. Vacation from the bottom lane up into the top. It was a nice attempt at a rotation, though. Could have potentially grabbed Hiko and that top tower. What if I made things difficult for them, though? And tier 2 neutral items do come up. Got Bracer right now in the Spectre will allow him to go in.
Where are you going?
I don't think I saw the angle Aoi was going for with that hook shot. I know he was trying to get out, but I'm not sure if he was trying to go for that creep camp over there or this one that got baited out. I think it was probably this one here. Unfortunately, he does go down, and you go happy and get that 200 gold in his pocket.
A doodle for the aged.
Go up towards top. Trying to see what he can get done. As he pushes out this lane, TP over to the outpost from Aoi. Aoi, I think, hookshot wise, was maybe even just going for the Tusk. I don't know if he was angled the right way to leave with that hookshot. Battery assault. Oh, through the trees. So okay. That was really well done. And they're going to look. He doesn't have a TP, so they know he's nearby. He's gone north. Team's not even coming over for him. Remnant, and there he is spotted, but still juking and jiving. Rocket Flare comes in again. No way he gets out of this one now. And Hiko will eventually fall.
Oh no, Hiko. It was so close. That teleport just about had gotten off. And of course, he almost escaped afterwards, too. Aoi, he's just got that sixth sense. I don't think... Did he have vision on him there?
He saw him in the creep wave, so I guess he assumed that he had sat there and TP'd.
Yeah, Aoi's just too good. And they take this opportunity for go for Roshan here, and with his Aghanim Scepter, Massive Madness, they're cleaning this up pretty quickly here. Not a whole lot they're going to be able to do about it. I mean, they do have Haunt, but I don't think you go into this. You just die on the Spectre twice over.
Yeah, the team not being close enough means the Haunt would be wasted. Now you've got the Aegis. Bryle coming over towards bottom. They're also TPing into the tier 1 tower. A hook shot onto the Tusk. They'll get Sexy Fat surrounded. Shackle, though, on both these heroes. There's the Lagoon Blade and the kill on the Bryle. They look over at Aoi. They'll get themselves a second. The snowball forward. Looking for Kezu, avoided. Haunt, jaunt over. Kezu in some trouble. Call down here as well as the Rocket Barrage. Sexy Fat, he'll get low. Fall to the homing missile. HFN, though, shackled up to the solo tree that's over by this neutral camp. They get the kill on HFN. They'll take him out for the first time. Now they got to be on him and kill him off a second time.
Which doesn't relocate. He's trying to get into this.
Certainly possible. Ooh, look for the relocate.
Clean there by Moon Meander. Bringing HFN out and into this loving arms of a stacked camp. Beautiful. And he gets out. Not a whole lot they're going to be able to do about that. So, Moon Meander does manage to save a complete disaster from happening there. But Haven Liberty, they took that fight amazing. Coming online with that Haunt and catching the enemies out by surprise. I'm honestly shocked that Hiko had the damage to burst down the Ember Spirit like this. I didn't think he had it. I mean, this guy drums, Ogre Axe, 1600 HP, but he 100 to 0 him. Probably wishing that you put that Aegis on the Ember Spirit there. I don't think the Gyrocopter is nearly as easy to take down if everyone else is still up. Definitely one of the last heroes to go down, as we just saw.
Look over the Gyro. Hiko getting low. Flat Cannon used. Hiko with a stun on the Moon Meander. Laguna Blade right clicks. Not sure it's going to be enough. And certainly not with HFN having that damage and that Ag to Mask of Madness.
Yeah. Hiko just getting punished for trying to split push out here in the top lane. I mean, look at all this vision that your team has here. Observer wards here and here. Not really where you'd expect them at this point in the game either. Nice vision coverage there, like crazy. They take out that last tier 1 tower. Aoi's playing very far forward, looking for something in the Radiant team jungle. Might find Duster if Duster's not careful.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
HFN going Crystallis as he's picked up this BKB.
Still 5k net worth up on Crazy despite the fact they got such a good team fight right there. And they don't have that much control over the map. The Team Crazy's playing very far into their zone. Fortify to clear up that catapult, but look how afraid they're having to play on Crazy, or sorry, on Haven Liberty right now. They smoke up and they want to try to find something in the top lane, but again, I don't think they're going to be able to grab HFN with the meander behind him, especially not considering he's got that fresh 10-second BKB on HFN. I think everyone just rotates in and counter-initiates onto them. But they're going to play pretty deep into the enemy team jungle regardless, and of course, they do not have vision. They think that they actually know they're there. They scout out the light strike array onto the creep camp. That greed is going to cost your team, Hiko. It'll be your life or lack of a kill on HFN here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a tough kill to get on HFN. It's almost probably beneficial that they get spotted.
It's a lot of magical damage they have right now. Black King Bar is going to get you very, not going to get you very far when he's got that BKB. And he's got his DD now on HFN. So I want to avoid taking a fight for at least a little while here. Everyone bides their time in farms. It just slowed down to a crawl at the moment. You don't want this right now, Haven. Trust me.
Crystallis is going to be finished on Gyro. So HFN's damage output going to move up, and they'll throw Remnant back. Brile heads towards the bottom lane, HFN moving over mid, and they're pressuring in multiple lanes. They've got all 5 heroes inside the Radiant jungle. Radiant trying to survive inside their triangle while keeping the game kind of tight in terms of, you know, not allowing Crazy to push. They want to get some farm here for RDO. He's got the Diffusal as well as the Blade Mail going into the Manta next. And Spectre, you know, sitting behind Hiko in terms of net worth and also sitting behind that Gyro, so really needing to catch up.
Finally decide to walk into the enemy team's triangle. Bold move.
Doing this with minimal vision for the moment. Spectre does TP back towards base, so RDO has the Yasha. I just don't know if this is enough farm. They really would need to put it together. I would say more so than not. They have to kill HFN. And obviously that's like one of those obvious statements, but I think if they can focus HFN, the rest of the team might crumble behind him.
I'm not sure they're going to be able to focus HFN down. Again, he's got this BKB completed. Hasn't popped it yet. This is 10 seconds. He's 26 armor at the moment.
Good shot out on a Duster. Shards placed down. Duster's actually just in a lot of trouble. Sleight of Fist used. They'll get the kill on a Duster. They look over at Sexy Fat. He gets caught out of position here too. So 2 more kills for the side of Crazy. Yeah, it keeps open Hiko and RDO to farm, but just not looking good.
No, actually, they missed that that silence after the Yules and the Death Prophet there, which is a bit odd to see. But he opted not to try to use Snowball to buy himself a little bit more time. He's got that Blink Dagger as well, so in a perfect world, I think he does end up getting out of that, but he I don't know, chose not to. He was looking for a better Snowball to escape, ultimately ended up costing him time he otherwise would have been able to buy.
Now in a good position. He's got Hookshot available. Theocore will spot him. Focus Fire used. Hookshot comes in. Now the Remnant forward. Theocore kind of getting baited into this. They have the relocate. The silences out onto Hiko. Remnant looking forward. They've got Hiko with the BKB, but Hiko not with his team and without any damage. They'll continue to chase this Lina. Look over, stun lands, but the slide is in, and HFN, I believe with the Ags, was able to get that kill. So Daedalus finished off for HFN, and they're now up 9K.
3,100 net worth swing, about 1,600 gold. Their backs are against the wall on Haven Liberty right now. Kazugo's pushing this tier 2 down, the last of them. HFN and HFN and Kazu pushing the last of these towers down. Brile giving his assistance. And again, you're stuck inside the base. You weren't able to do anything with that 10-second BKB on the Lina. Couldn't blow up the Death Prophet. Who can you blow up at this point? Got your BKB at 10 seconds on the Emperor Spirit now as well. It feels like death is inevitable at this point.
Shadow comes through. They look over at the Gyro. Can they get the kill on HFN? They've used the Haunt. The BKB gets popped. He's He's on the run, but they've got the mech, so he's healed up and looking good to fight. They go after Dust with the stun hits on a Moomiander. The snowball follows that up. Walrus punch as well as the Laguna Blade to take out Moomiander. The sustain is now gone for HFN. They end up getting the kill. The buyback comes in from Moomiander. He relocates into the fight. They get the kill on Owie. Now they look over. Hiko dead. So 2 gone on the side of Haven Liberty. Searing Chains, though, on a Duster. Spirit Siphon make it a 3rd. Spectre and Tusk survive.
They need to get back in here, though. The tier 3 tower is dropping dangerously low. They popped the Fortify right there. But managing to take out that Gyrocopter will buy them a little bit of time. Gyro... Ooh, sorry. You don't have Fire Remnant right now on Bryle. He used everything to go in here. Yeah, can you bring him down, silence. Though? He's out of mana.
KheZu being here. You can chase again. Spectral Dagger. And Snowball, there's the control. Walrus Punch, Brylo, Sexy Fat, gonna drop, ends up being a trade. Can't stop the TP from KheZu, but RDO gets credit for that kill on a Bryle, and all of a sudden, well, but RDO says I've got a Manta style. So he's got a way to take off that kind of Paladin sword. Okay. Just picking up quite a bit there. It's still a 9k lead. The buyback comes in from Moomiander, so if you can kill that sustain, you know, definitely an opportunity for Haven Liberty.
They had so much damage come out so fast onto that Gyrocopter, but again, Moon in that back line just keeping him alive. He's got that mech, and he's amping all the healing that Gyrocopter's got on himself. With the Mask of Madness, the Aghanim Scepter, these 2 things together is a lot of life stealing. Ooh! You hate to see it, the Paladin Sword on the Gyrocopter. That's the game-winning neutral item right there. That's one of the things that I think needs to change in this Dota 2 game, Bkop, is certain items, or certain neutral items are game-winning, and others contribute basically nothing to your team. It happens a lot more often at tier 5. You can get good items versus bad items for your team, but in this case, definitely Paladin Sword on Gyrocopter. He's got that Aghanim Scepter, he gets that Satanic. You can disable him, but he's just too fast for you to bring him down at that point.
Yeah, definitely interesting with neutrals and how it's kind of developed.
For enemies.
In that 30-minute mark. Shackle on a Bryle, doesn't land, but Haunt used. This is over on the other side. They look over at KheZu as well as Moomiander. They have the Walrus Punch. Hookshot comes through from Owie, so that stuns up Sexy Fat. They get the kill. The BKB's been popped by Bryle. Spectre, hello? RDO getting killed very quickly, and after a good fight from Haven Liberty, it's not going to go that well. Call down comes out into Theocore, and they will take him down as well. And look over at Duster, make it a 4th. The damage from HFN is quite a bit. Jesus.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot they're going to be able to do even as they get back up. Haunt has been exhausted. You have so much damage right now coming up from Team Crazy. Exorcism will expire just as I get to this tier 3, unfortunately, but look at HFN chunk through this tower. They've got the catapult behind them. They're going to rip these things to shreds, and no Fortify available for Haven Liberty.
Yeah, problems developing here for Haven Liberty if they haven't developed already. So mid-set of racks will go down. They take the top tier 3 shards out into Bryle. Not going to matter much. They'll just continue to go after these buildings, and they don't actually have a tier 2 over bottom, so you can just shift to the bottom lane and finish off the entire base, basically.
Needless to recall this one the tipping point of no return. I mean, there's always a way back to the game in Dota 2, but right now things are looking particularly rough. You get the catapult off the tower by spamming out abilities and Walrus Punch to keep the ranged barracks alive, but ranged barracks all are made to fall. HFN down here by himself. Moon is a little bit behind him, though. Pop that tether on him.
Team BKB coming out. Snowball pulls in. RDO actually goes backwards. Call down. Hookshot onto the backlines. Looking over at Hiko. Trying to get the kill here onto the Lina. They'll take out RDO as well as Hiko. Theocore drops 2. Buys back immediately. Now they'll finish off Sexy Fat. He's under the tier 4 towers. Eventually will get run down dead for 50 seconds. And GG is called by Haven Liberty. Despite the fact that they get the kill on a Moomiander and he's gone for 100. But Crazy overwhelm and Crazy take game 1.
Crazy, again, the game looked pretty even at the start of the laning phase. In fact, Haven Liberty looked a little bit stronger there, but once they got to a couple levels under the belt, they started roaming around the map. They just couldn't fight this 5-man. Mumiana doing an amazing job on that Wisp, always topping up Gyrocopter, keeping him alive in these team fights, and of course, Kezu, great rotation's use of that exorcism. I'd go into details about damage dealt and whatnot, but unfortunately, my game did crash at the end of that game as it did to you the last couple of days.
Yeah, so it was a lot of damage done by Bryalt as well as HFN. Crazy doing a good job of taking game 1 over Haven Liberty. We'll see if they can split the series or if Crazy take their first 2-0. We'll be back with game 2 in just a moment. So, you know, looking towards this next game, Haven Liberty definitely need to look and try and fix some things, while Crazy did look pretty clean. We'll be back with the draft in just a moment, so hopefully you guys stay around. We'll be back soon. See you in a bit.